There, Pisces, welcome to your reading for the week of January 18th. So this week you start off with the King of Clubs. King of Clubs is all about, well, one, you could be dealing with a male water sign or female. I don't attach sex to my card, so it could be male or female water sign. But the King of Clubs is really about using your knowledge, the knowledge that you already have to be successful this week, and really focusing on knowledge, learning, even teaching. A lot of you could be teaching or in a teaching like position this week to teach people, or a lot of you could even be stepping up into a job, like a job position. Maybe you're getting a new position where part of your job is to teach people, to train them, and things along those lines. So a lot of you could be stepping up. It's a very good message for you with this card. Next, you have the Ten of Spades. Ten of Spades is all about transforming. A lot of you could be, I'm getting that a lot of you could be making some decisions this week where you're kind of like, you've come to some conclusions. Maybe you've had a recent experience where you thought you wanted to do something, or you think you want to do something, and now you're coming to like a conclusion on whatever that is. Like you're finally saying, okay, maybe you traveled somewhere where you want to move, and now this week you're kind of looking back on that travel and you're saying, you know what, I don't want to move there. Or maybe you're saying, you know what, I really do want to move there. I do want to move to where I traveled. Or this could come up in 100 different experiences. It could be, maybe you went out with somebody and you're like, I do want to date that person. But this card's kind of like a transformation card, but it's also like you like thinking about that. I know it's kind of a weird message that I'm getting. I'm trying to describe it as best I can, but it's kind of like you really figuring out what you want to do with some sort of experience and making that decision. And you have the Five of Clubs coming up next, which is all about that. I mean, it's all about really thinking about an experience and, kind of processing it, learning things, and then deciding what you want to do. Five of Clubs is all about the birth of ideas. And a lot of you actually could have some good ideas this week as well. Maybe a lot of you are planning some things out and you come up with a great plan. This card kind of says, you're at the very beginning of it, but it's like, maybe it's just like a little seed, but it's going to grow and it's going to be a good idea. So a lot of you could have some really good ideas this week that maybe you want to take advantage of. But right now, you're kind of just like planning that thing out. But this is a very successful card, by the way. So, any ideas you have could end up being very successful. And again, it wouldn't necessarily be this week that they're successful because it's just the beginnings, but it's like if you take action on those ideas, they'll be successful in the future. Next, you have the Nine of Spades, needing to let go of old ideas. A lot of you could be holding on to some old ideas, or it could even be, this message has come to me. I meditate on all the signs, and I think, I sometimes write down notes and things about what happens. But what I think is, I think a lot of people have kind of maybe created jobs or gotten into jobs or situations, even relationships that are just comfortable because, we've been so uncomfortable for such a long period of time. I think a lot of us have kind of like fallen into a job or something that's maybe it's become like a crutch. And I frequently say that the Nine of Spades can represent a crutch, something that you're holding on to that you no longer need. And this card can say, hey, you know what, you need to like branch out and you need to go get a new job that pays more money, but maybe you're still this card can represent some of those fears of like because you had to take that job maybe in the first place so that you wouldn't have to deal with like something negative, so this card can represent needing to kind of step out of that. And next you have the Jack of Diamonds. Jack of Diamonds is all about working hard, so a lot of you could be working really hard this week and doing a lot of work. But Jack of Diamonds has a good work-life balance. So you could be working hard but also playing hard, and that's what the Jack of Diamonds represents. And if you're not doing that, if you're just working hard, then this card represents needing to have more fun in your life and needing to branch out and kind of have some fun and maybe get together with friends or do whatever you do for fun. But all in all, it looks like a great week, very transformative week, especially with the Ten of Spades. I mean, big transformation, but also a planning week. Planning, thinking, all that comes up. So thank you for watching and enjoy your week.